Hey, what's up, guys? So, recently I've been trying to flip just like one beat at least a week, and with work and with other things going on and stuff like that, I really haven't been able to be that consistent. I still go like crate digging and look for records and look for cassettes when I can and stuff like that, but most of my luck has been with cassettes, specifically like cassettes with like rain noises on them for like therapy, like soothing sound, like atmospheric stuff. Um, and most of the records I've been finding just nothing really has been appealing to me for me to flip. It's just how it is. It's just the luck of the draw, I suppose. It's the blessing and a curse of crate digging, I suppose. It's been even longer that I've showed y'all like my step-by-step kind of process and how I make a beat, if any of y'all even cared about that. And also like making a beat from scratch, which I haven't done in a while too. Usually what I do is I sit here in front of my, guitar pedals. I have a delay, a chorus, and a reverb, and a Boss RC3 like looper pedal. And I have my Telecaster, and I'll just like mess with the effects and the tempo. Sometimes when I make loops to flip, I don't even use a tempo, and I don't know what key I'm in either. And I just go until I get one or two sequences together, and then I, put into Koala Sampler and flip the beat from there. But today, I decided to try to use something I just purchased. It is a Q-Chord by Suzuki. Got it used. It's in pretty good shape, as you can see. Still shiny and everything. Over here is where you can play whatever chord you want, basically. There's major, minor, seventh chords. You can combine multiple chords together, so you can do like a minor seventh chord. So that's pretty cool. And it comes like preset with a bunch of, your average like guitar, piano, string vibe sounds. There's even a sound effects part on this where it's like bird noises, and I want to say there's like gunshot sounds on here too. Oh yeah, and over here is a strum plate. So when you play your chord, and then you can go ahead and strum like a guitar or like a harp, and it sounds pretty cool. It's a synth from what I've been reading. The more popular version of this is called an omnichord, and those things are hella expensive. So I was like, you know what? I like the sounds that's on here. I like the look of it, the color, you know. So I'm gonna see if I can make a boom bap / lo-fi beat off of whatever sounds come out of here. But anyway, so yeah, I ran it through my effects pedals, and then made two sequences, and I'll share it with y'all now. All right, hope y'all enjoy it. Still gotta flip it though, if we ever make it that far. But yeah, here's what it sounds like. So yeah, those are the two sequences I came up with. Both are slightly different tempos. I wasn't really worried about that, especially when I know I'm gonna flip it. Like if I know I'm gonna chop it up and all that kind of stuff in Koala Sampler, I don't even worry about setting a tempo or like being in a specific key or whatever. So yeah, that's what I got so far, and I'm gonna try to flip it. All right, cool, peace. All right, cool. So here we are on the other side of the studio, and my sample made it from my looper pedal to Koala Sampler and AUM. And first thing I did was pitch it down 6 semitones. I already knew I was gonna pitch it down. I have been doing that recently. It's a phase I've been going through, where kind of like what is it, SP 1200, where like everything sounds a lot grittier and better, and you have, all the waveforms and all the sounds have been elongated so that you have more play with what you want to do, and the tempos and the speed that you can go at. You just have more freedom basically to do whatever the heck you want to do. So this is what it sounds like when it's pitched down. I'm going to hit auto chop and just get a good maybe 16 even chops. Again, there's no tempo to this yet. I haven't established any of that stuff. What I like to do 90% of the time is just get it to a pitch that I like, which I'll show y'all, and then auto chop it and just go through each chop. And if say the chop doesn't line up on a chord change, like right on that next beat or whatever that it changes on, then oh well. And if I feel like adjusting it, I will, but if I don't, then it's whatever. And if I feel like there needs to be a chop somewhere else, I'll just put another chop there. There's like really no rhyme or reason. I just start with 16 of them, like even chops, like auto chops, and go from there and just play around with it basically. There's a chance I'm going to come up with nothing, or a chance I might come up with something. Well, let's just see what happens. Cool, let's auto chop it. Boom. All right, cool. So I got auto chop up. I went to equal. And I'm going to drag it all the way over to 16 chops and then see what I got. I'm just play around with it. I don't even do, there's a bunch of options for choke groups, one shot playthrough, keep original. I don't mess with any of that. I just click on each individual chop and see what I want to do with that. So something like that. That was only the first sequence, right? Because I did two different sequences. I think I have my chops for the first sequence. Now I just need to mess around with the second half and see what I can get out of that. Alright, cool. I think I got my chops for the second sequence. That was pretty quick. Alright, cool. I'm gonna press chop. Let's go. Okie dokie. I think I already have a tempo too in my head. I think I was like around here. That may change. Let me just tap it. Looks like 88. Cool, we're good. Alright, I'm just gonna sequence these 2 beats as fast as I can. I don't got very much more time. Here we go. Another thing too that I do when I sequence is however I feel that, like I said, when I chop, I don't really chop on the one. I don't chop on the chord change. But when I'm sequencing the actual sample too, I just make it fit. I don't care if the melody isn't like straight 8th notes or straight 16 notes. I don't care if there's a split second of silence in between one bar to the next bar. There's an example of it in this exact sequence I'll play for you right now. It's on the 3rd to the 4th bar. This is a 4-bar sequence, right? So 3rd to the 4th bar. Right here. See how there's like just a tiny bit of silence? Also, the first bar, the whole thing is messed up just the way that I don't even know if it doesn't necessarily swing. It's just out of time completely if you listen to it. It's syncopated. That's what it is. Silence right here. Like right before that. And that's another thing too, right? It's about balance, right? So if it's a 4-bar sequence, the first bar has that like syncopated out of time thing. The second bar has, and then the next bar has that thing where it's like silent right at the end of the 3rd bar into the 4th bar again, which is, and that's quarter notes. So it's like you're having a balance between things that are out of time and in time, out of time and in time. And by the time it loops back around again, or by the time you have drums on it, it isn't going to matter. It's all going to be in time. That's just my way of thinking about it. It's going to sound weird if I say I'm trying to make it into an entire song and I like cut out the drums completely. And you might be like, where's the 1, where's the 2, all that kind of stuff. It don't really matter to me. It's whatevers. And this is another thing for me too, but as far as like all the sequences, or not sequences, but the banks are concerned, right? I have A, B, C, D in Koala Sampler. I always put my sample on A, and if I need more space, I go into bank B. If it spills over all the chopped up, samples or individual chops. But every time I'm doing drums and I'm putting a kit together, first of all, I don't take very long putting a kit together. I don't like to waste time figuring out what kind of bass I like. That's why I like Sample Crate that I got here. I can just keep on this. Like I don't know if this is like making you guys deaf or not, but I think I like kick 7. Boom. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drag it from Sample Crate into Bank D. But anyways, I like using Bank D because, D for drums. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And then I always get the kick and I put a low pass filter on it. And then I make it a 1 shot. And then I pitch it down like 2 semitones. Here's what it sounded like before. And then with that low pass, maybe pitch it down more than that. Yep, that's what I like my kick to sound like. Alright, cool. Snares next. I think I'm gonna pick this one. But I'm gonna definitely pitch this one down too. And maybe put a high pass. A little bit of a high pass. One shot the snare as well. And we'll see what it sounds like with the... That sounds alright. That sounds just okay. Dude, there's a lot of times too where I get so caught up between like the bass and the snare that I'll finish a beat without a hi-hat. And 90% of the time I don't even put a bass line at all. And there's been times also where I try to force myself to create a bass line. Like I use my actual like bass guitar and I can't do it. I'm just like, this beat doesn't need it. But when listening to beats, I prefer listening to a bass line. But just for me, I feel like some of the beats I make, just my how do I say it? Just my workflow just doesn't usually involve having a bass in there. So I don't know if it's like that for some of y'all, but it is like that for me. All right, cool. Let me get a hi-hat in there now that I remember that I need one. Then again, I'm going to pitch it down again. Maybe like 3 semitones, maybe 5. 4? 4? Put the volume at 12 o'clock, so that's minus like 2 dB. Alright, cool. And I'm going to make a second hi-hat and make it even softer. And I'm going to use the softer one as the main hi-hat and the louder one as like an accent hi-hat. So my softer hi-hat is at negative 6 dB. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Your guys' drums are probably at different dBs anyway. But I'm making it significant. It's probably out of all the components of the drums, so like the bass, the snare, and the hi-hat is the quietest thing for me. All right, cool. Let's put the drums to this. All right, cool. So out of the 2 sequences that I was able to make in the Q-Chord, I was able to make 3 sequences on Koala Sampler. I routed this through AUM, and let's see, I put a little bit of a delay on the regular sample, and also put low-fly dirt on the regular sample as well. Then I also, let's see, I didn't put anything else on the drums. I guess I didn't have to. So yeah, that's just low-fly dirt only on the sample and not on anything else. I'm actually going to put, let's see here, if I could just solo out the drums real quick. I gotta put something to dirty it up real quick. So that's the snare. Maybe I can put some cassette on it, tape cassette 2 on it. Yeah, it mellows it out a little bit. Put some just cassette white noise in there. Okay, there's a hard clip on those hi-hats. See if I can dirty it up any little bit more. I'm actually just gonna, here, I'll go to Koala Effects and just put crunch on it. Just regular crush. Press hold, put a crush on it. And maybe a low pass on there too. Alright, cool. Alright, let's just listen to it from the beginning, shall we? Here we go. Well, I guess that's it. Went from the Q-Chord to Koala Sampler. That was a quick flip. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.